Hi, my name is David Barnett. I'm an instructor of clinical rehabilitation counseling here at Thomas University. I'm also the director of career services. I've been asked to talk to all of you today about rehabilitation counseling. I myself wasn't too long ago a student in the master's degree program, and now I'm an educator. So I have a unique perspective that I've not only seen rehabilitation counseling through the eyes of a student, but now I can also see the importance of rehabilitation counseling in terms of educating students in all the areas that we support and help our clients. We have a unique balance of mental health and clinical rehabilitation skills that we teach our undergraduate and our graduate students. But what I really want to focus on is, what is a rehabilitation counselor today? Well, in life, we have barriers, as we all know. We have struggles. We struggle with school. We struggle with our family. Um, we can even struggle with our children and other barriers, financial barriers. But we have challenges in our life. All of us do. But for some, those challenges are even made more difficult by a disability. Rehabilitation counselors provide practical help and emotional support for clients who are struggling with the effects of illness, with disease, birth defects. A client could have had an accident, or even barriers due to mental health issues or addictions. Rehabilitation counselors evaluate strengths and limitations of individuals. They provide counseling and arrange for medical care, medical follow-up, offer vocational training, and job placement to rely on assessments to not only utilize, like I mentioned before, the mental health background that we're trained under, but also the rehab techniques. And this aids the client back therapeutically as well. Trust issues are huge for our clients. Many of our clients have been in the system for a while and they don't trust. And to have a rehabilitation counselor that's not trained approach them can be very dangerous, because they're walking a fine line that they don't believe in their own abilities already, and they believe that their disability limits them. And people have followed through with them and some haven't, and it causes barriers. So you have to overcome trust. You have to build the counselor's trust. You have to build the client-patient trust. And all of that's important, and we learn that in both our undergraduate and graduate programs, the importance of that bond between the client, and ethically how to approach a client as well to protect them ethically and to protect us as well as counselors. The rehabilitation counselor it's an important link between the client and the disability. The client's family, for example, they struggle with barriers with the client. They don't know how to react to certain things. They may not even understand the client's disabilities. We're trained specifically in disabilities, and our counseling skills are linked with our disability knowledge. So we are specifically trained to deal with the barriers that people with disabilities experience. So we have a lot of empathy to offer them, and a lot of knowledge that we can also educate the family with as well. We assist with doctors' appointments, making sure that our clients are taken care of physically and mentally. We may have to interact with teachers and professors if our clients want retraining to go back to school. We're basically their partner in the quest for their something better in their life. The rehabilitation counselor is an important link, as I mentioned, but good communication is also super important. These skills are vital as a vocational counselor, as a rehabilitation counselor. In many cases, we're advocates for our clients. We are their voice, as I've mentioned earlier. And sometimes we're the driving force of change behind their desires that they want in their lives. Because some fights, we have to fight for them. There's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of barriers that their disability may not allow them to pursue, and we're here to support them. And that's why we trained specifically to aid them. The goal might be to find the right kind of school, like I mentioned, job training. They may want personal therapy to overcome barriers. And sometimes there's accommodations that have to happen in the workplace. So if someone had an accident and they're no longer able to walk, and they're in a wheelchair, we have to work with the employer to change the work environment and offer accommodations so our client can have the kind of life that they deserve, equal access to that employment. We are trained in utilizing assessment tools such as the ONET and the DOT in vocational placement. We also are trained in assistive technology to minimize the effects of disability and to promote independence within our clients. In any case, the rehabilitation counselor strives to aid the client with services and to aid the person with disabilities in seeing their true potential on their terms. And that's important to remember, because if you do it for the client, they won't learn their path. You create a plan with the client, a work plan, and it's their goal and it's their plan. And that's one of the main things that we're taught in our programs, that we are here to assist our clients. We're not here to tell them what to do. The rehabilitation counselor must be empathetic, they must be assertive, and absolutely well-trained. There are many rehabilitation counselors that aren't trained, and all these things that I just mentioned. Imagine facing a counselor that understands the ethical boundaries, that understands the training, the assessment, all the tools that they have as a counselor to guide the client, as opposed to someone who doesn't have that training. Will they really fully understand what the client with disability has? So training is essential, and that's what I wanted to talk to you today, what we offer here at Thomas University. We offer both the bachelor's and the graduate program. Now, our undergraduate program, we offer 4 unique specializations. We offer school-to-work transition, addictions, gerontology, and criminal justice. Our program is completely online, and that's very important to remember. And our program is also very unique in the fact that we are the only online program of our kind in the United States right now. Expected job growth, for example, over the next 8 years for rehabilitation counselors are, like in Alabama, it's 22%, Colorado is 25%, Georgia is 40%, Mississippi is 21%, and South Carolina is 11%. Our graduate program, which I'm a lot more familiar with because I was in it, it's a 63-hour program. It also is fully online. It teaches you, there's no Georgia residency requirement, and it teaches you how to prepare yourself for the CRC national exam. There are several scholarships that can assist you: the RSA Scholarship Grant, the Rho Chi Sigma Honor Society Grant. We have graduate level scholarships, and once you graduate, you can also then apply for your state licensure. So you can also become a licensed practicing counselor, and you can become a certified rehab counselor. So it's like getting 2 degrees for the price of 1. It's an amazing program. We're very proud of it. With this degree, you can go on and get, like I said, your state licensure. And this also allows you to access federal funding, which means you could do your clinical supervision after your licensure, and then you can find a location for mental health and work there for 2 years and pay $120,000 of your student loan debt off in 4 years. That's amazing. And that's something that we all worry about, our student loan debts, and it's difficult. But there's an answer out there, and if you continue on with your education, it not only promotes you individually, it gives you more knowledge to be able to help your client as well. And it makes you more of a professional in the eyes of your client as well. A career in rehabilitation counseling can range from vocational, mental health, substance abuse. In my case, I'm working in the education environment. We have life care planning, and what that is life care planning allows you to be an expert witness for your clients and plan if they have an accident. You plan their life and what their costs are going to be, and you represent that in court, and you testify, and you become an expert witness to aid them to make sure that their rights are being protected. And that field is very up and coming. You could be a case manager, a parole officer. You could work for the state, for the federal government, and even private agencies. So rehabilitation counseling encompasses so much. And we have an amazing program here at Thomas University that we're extremely proud of. And I'm glad that you allowed me this opportunity to be able to share a little bit about our program with you. So good luck, and thank you for listening, everyone.